The car I am most grateful that's ever been made is a 1958 Chevy Impala. Oh my gosh. That is the car I plan to own before I die. They have never made a car like a 58 Impala. They say 57's the greatest? No chance. What car have you owned or wish you could own that you would be most grateful for?
Madam Toastmaster, the year was 1973. And I worked for a company that was a consultant to American Motors. So I bought an American Motors car, a Gremlin, in 1973. The sticker price was $1,900, but I spent $2 or $3 extra $100 putting this and delivering on it, drove it off. It was a very light car. Had this inline 6-cylinder engine, beautiful engine on a very light car. Push on the gas pedal, and good acceleration, and bad brakes. It had power steering, so I put in power steering on a Mosquito, but no power brakes. Wonderful if this car had power brakes and I could have stopped it. Actually, I was able to stop it, never crashed it. But it was a beautiful car. At 100,000 miles, I had the head reground with a local merchant or machinist who was a very good machinist. And after that, it never used oil. Never had oil between regular changes. I drove that car for 177,000 miles. I had that wonderful little car for 17 years. That's the amount of time it takes to put a 6-year-old kid through high school. But my wife finally said, I am not going to ride in that car anymore. The floorboards had rusted out, and in a rainy season she'd get her feet wet, and the sides were rusty. But it was a beautiful car. The engine was still purring at 177,000 miles, getting good mileage, great acceleration and so forth. But when my wife said, geez, you know, I'm not going to ride that car anymore, I had to go buy another one. But I kept the Gremlin. I kept it. Lived in Westchester at the time, and my insurance company called me and said, what's going on here? What are you doing with that old car? I said, I've got a brand new car out here, and I'm not going to drive it into New York. I use my old Gremlin whenever I want to go to New York City. And the lady understood that for sure. Anyway, it finally came to the point where the apartment house that we were living in said, we're going to have to charge you $50 a month for a second car for parking space. That's a strong proof that comes back. So, to avoid an extra $50 to keep this lovely old car, I let it go. Mr. Tom,